fate of the universe on the line, who would I rather have shooting?
Shooting, correct.
Magic or Steph Curry? You should be suspended immediately.
Let me ask you something. Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something. Have you? Hold on. You're just going to yell for the rest of the segment? By the way, all I'm going to tell you right now is, Stephen A., you took Steph and KD, who play on the same team right now.
I will not do it.
You took Steph and KD over Magic and Bird. That's what you just did. I will not talk to him about basketball. You just did. You took Steph and KD. Stephen A., you took, our teams were similar, but you took Steph and KD over.
Well, guess who lied to the American people? Welcome back, everybody. Stephen A., for the second day in a row, you asked for Max to be suspended at the end of a First Take Basketball debate, and you promised this morning to not talk basketball for the rest of the day. Well, you lied, because the boss has called and said neither is going to happen. Max is still with us, and guess what? We're talking some basketball.
Excuse me, I didn't lie.
Why?
Because it's not today, it's the evening. Here it is.
Oh, my God, you're so annoying. Really?
The day where I am.
Really?
It's the day. It's the evening now. Day's over
These little
for me.
slicksters, I have to deal with it. Yeah. Let's go, people. We've been hearing that if Kevin Durant leaves Golden State, he may be heading to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. People that think he's going to Los Angeles automatically think he's going to Los Angeles to play with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh.
I've been hearing more and more, Max, about the Clippers. And it leans towards what you have said for months. That damn Jerry West boy, putting in that work. Doc Rivers coaching his butt off right now and reminding everybody what a great coach he is, because Chris Paul is gone and Blake Griffin is gone and DeAndre Jordan is gone. And it's one of those situations right now where Kevin Durant, people in NBA circles believe that Kevin Durant, the Los Angeles Clippers have a legitimate shot of acquiring him. I spoke to about 3 different sources today, very, very well connected, who believe this is going to happen. They believe that the New York Knicks is a complete smokescreen. There ain't no way in hell that he's going to New York to play for the Knicks. But the Clippers are very viable because if you recall, they're only committed to like $47 million. They're expected to have over $60 million available in cap space. The likelihood is that they can get potentially 2 big-time players, if not at least one, and a very, very good guy, a very good star in another. And the combination of that with what they have in place, Max, is leading everybody to believe that Kevin Durant might end up going to the Clippers, and they're not ruling out the possibility that somebody like Kawhi could end up with them. They're taking into account the willingness for players to accept less, because if you remember, when LeBron, D. Wade, and Bosh were all in Miami, they all took less than what they could have gotten to join forces in Miami. They're alluding to the potential of something like this happening with the Los Angeles Clippers right now as well. So it's going, things are percolating, and things are going to heat up in the weeks and months to come as it relates to that bench.
And Max, let's keep in mind the Clippers have a better record in the West right now than the Warriors. 3rd in the West.
Well, Jerry West is the greatest executive by far in the history of basketball. And when you look at what he's done, and some would say, well, he's been lucky. He's been in the right place at the right time every time. He shows up in the L.A. front office. They wind up all together before the complete Jerry West era is over, winning 10 championships, 10. He goes to Memphis. They're a perennial playoff team. As soon as he, goes to Golden State, they start to dominate basketball. He put his body, according to reports, in front of a move that would have dealt Klay Thompson for Kevin Love at a time when people thought Kevin Love was an MVP candidate and Klay Thompson was just an ascending player. Jerry West, I believe, has an ability, and he was one of the all-time great players in his prime, has the ability, like what Marcellus Wiley used to tell me about Bill Parcells, Stephen A. Parcells could go out, look at a bunch of guys practicing, and within an eye blink, in 30 seconds, he could tell you everything you could do and everything you couldn't do. There are guys like that. And in an analytics-driven era, a lot of that stuff cancels out, and analytics departments are much the same. So if you have, it's not just that, well, scouting is good. You can put anything on a bell curve. The far right end of the curve, you'll have some special people. That's where Jerry West is in terms of his ability to look at a player and understand if he's good or not and how he can be used. And of course, that frees up Doc Rivers to stop being a GM. He was a very bad GM, and start being a great coach again. Look at this collection that they have with the Clippers, Stephen A. No great players, a lot of good players from Gallinari to Avery Bradley, etc., but no standout players. But they're a bunch of hard-working, solid NBA players being coached very well. Of course they can't win a championship or even compete with one with this group of guys, but what it does do is give them cap flexibility and send a strong signal out to the league that it's a healthy, well-run, functional organization. And given the market of LA, yes, they should be live to sign anybody.
Well, listen, I'm not going to rule out the possibility that KD can end up staying with the Golden State Warriors. Let's not rule that out. He's on course to win a third consecutive NBA championship. Steph Curry has signed for years to come. Klay Thompson has made it very, very clear he wants to resign. So who knows? And Draymond is locked up for at least another year. Whether that's a good or bad thing is debatable. But for Kevin, in terms of his relationship with Kevin Durant. But as it stands right now, I'm making my statement based on the information that I'm hearing. In the event he chooses to leave Golden State, which is undetermined. And I think the interesting part about that is what kind of effect this has on LeBron James. It's one thing to debate KD, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, etc. It's another thing entirely for us to look at LeBron James and say, excuse me, if he doesn't get Anthony Davis, who's under contract for this year and next season before he has it out, who the Pelicans have sworn there is no way in hell they are moving him. If you are LeBron James, you may actually end up being stuck in your situation without anybody coming on board for this upcoming summer.